On July 11th, 2015, Nintendo CEO and President Satoru Iwata passed away. Splatoon was the last big project that he was a physical part of. So that's what we're doing today. Hey guys, how's it going? Marcelo here.
And Weston.
And welcome to a Trash Talk Extra. The E3 stuff is done, Arc 4 will be starting soon. So in the meantime, we've got a Trash Talk Extra for you guys.
Oh my god.
Also,
I just want to say that stuff took a long time to actually film. Well, it didn't take long to film, it took a long time to upload.
Because of your internet.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, my internet.
So,
but other than that, they actually, I was surprised how fast they uploaded.
We got through it pretty swiftly.
Oh yeah.
What it was worth. You're probably wondering where we are. So if you've been
observing some of the past stuff we've been doing, we're in Caleb's office at Gear Shift.
Yeah.
Hi. He says hi. He sends us regards.
Okay, so that's what we're doing. That's where we are. So with that, today we are reviewing Splatoon.
Yes. Alright, so the game came out on May 28th, 2015.
Yeah, it has not been out for that long, and yeah, already we've got DLC stuff and lots of dealios that we'll get into momentarily. So with that, let's start with the story.
Alright, so the story is kind of simple. Like, there is a single player to this game, which actually was kind of cool. The single player, from what I remember, is you're recruited by what was his name? Cuttlefish?
Captain Cuttlefish.
Captain Cuttlefish to stop the Octolings from Octarians from trying to take your city's power and stuff from the squids.
Yeah, because so that's the basic single player story. Because of course, while this game, as a lot of you might know, is heavily like internet, online multiplayer based, the single player goes a lot more into the story. So that's the basic plot, but there's other darker implications that the humans died out thousands upon thousands of years ago, and that the sea levels rose, and sea creatures evolved into these humanoid, hybrid kind of creatures that can turn into squids. So kids and squids, and the Octarians as well. And there was a great turf war 100 years prior to the events of the single player in the game. And that's what they reference a lot more than just stuff that happened even longer before that. But that's the basic story, and again, it's for as simple as they talk about it in the single player. There's still, when you find the Sunken Sea Scrolls, which are these collectibles in every level in the single player, that goes into a lot more of the story and how certain characters came around, like Judd, the cat that judges the matches in multiplayer, may be the only mammal left on the planet at this point in time. And there's just a lot of implications. The Squid Sisters theme isn't even original. Apparently it was thought up a long ass time ago and they adapted it into their own pop song. So there's a lot of implications. It's really cool how they can delve more into it and not shove it in your face. It's not like, stuff happened, you need to know, it's important. Well, it's important, but the basics of it is told. And that's what, it was done well, basically.
So with that,
any more to add? Or
that's about it. It's more of a simple story.
Yeah.
But it was alright. I had fun with it.
So now on to the gameplay, which for me has a lot of pros and a lot of cons. So is there anything you want to say about the controls and about the modes?
The controls, they felt a little bit wonky at first because I still kind of had to get used to it.
Yeah.
As you all know, Splatoon is a third-person shooter game, which is actually kind of really cool because you don't see a lot of rated E shooters out there.
That actually do this good.
Oh yeah. So
it's only been 3 months, and look at all this popularity and attention it's getting.
But it's not just that. There's also a lot of platforming and stuff. I can say that this is probably one of the better designed games out there. I would say. Because it employs a lot of stuff to it. There's platforming. There also is a lot of ingenious platforming and mobility that you have to do. to get to a higher spot, you have to ink it up like the wall and stuff, and then you can turn into a squid to get into higher places.
Yeah.
However, some some locations, like the one is like the railings, for example.
You they have like those borders and stuff.
Yeah, you can't paint those and then if you're in squid form, you fall through them.
Oh, the gates, yeah,
the gates,
gated stuff. I thought you were talking about the borders, because while you can go up the walls and stuff, for certain walls where it's not part of like the level, they don't want you to go up there, they'll border it with like that caution, like yellow and black, like pattern. Those kinds of borders you can't. It'll stop you if you try. If you try, it's kind of funny. If you try to do it, you'll like bump into it, and like your little squid eyes will be like, ah. So it's kind of funny. Yeah. So the single player is one of the modes that's actually a little like underrated. Like it's really good. I watched some reviews. I think we've both watched some reviews about of people, other YouTubers doing talking about single player, and it's good. It's good. It's really cool. The only thing that's a little like not really, disappointing, even that's a little bit harsh, is that it's a little too short. If you really know what you're doing, you can blaze through it in like an hour flat, maybe. It's not very long, and I kind of wish that there were
that, and it kind
more
of
levels.
Yeah, and then it has a good amount of level variety, but then like it kind of starts repeating some of those types of levels again, especially when you deal with like the octolings. It kind of like has some of that repetition. I would have preferred if they had some really cool new game modes in there, just to kind of like change things up.
Are you talking about single player or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about single player.
Yeah, like what I thought was cool was that, which a lot of people in those like said reviews that they didn't like so much, but I thought was actually kind of cool, was they found a way to integrate in the single player the multiplayer levels. So in like the Octoling or the Octo Striker dude, that fat one dude. And those kinds of levels, which come about at least once or twice in every world, they use the multiplayer levels. But I thought that was actually kind of neat, because it's like, oh well, there's some familiarity there, but
yeah,
the situation's
also
different.
it kind of also like kind of shows you like the layout of the map. So if you're gonna go back to multiplayer, you know like certain good spots in the map, like, oh, this is a good spot, or
even though it's still linear enough to where you have to get to a certain goal still, but yeah, knowing the layout, I mean, that's kind of cool. I thought it was kind of unique, and pretty cool. What else? The other modes. So that's single player. Single player is actually really good. Kind of felt like, oh, it was a little too short, for my liking. But oh god, can we talk about the final boss?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I need to give it out, and this is a modern game, so you can't tell me no. But spoilers ahead for the final boss. For those who might still not have played it and don't really want to know about the final boss, go here to not hear about the final boss. Okay, that was your time to click away. DJ Octavio is fucking badass. This is like one of the greatest Nintendo final boss battles. It might make my top 10 list. It was really, really awesome. Like, okay, so that's a motorcycle, sorry. All the other bosses were awesome, don't get me wrong. But they felt way too Mario styled, like Mario 3D World styled, where it's just like, here you go, you have, this is his, not that it's too showy, but it's like, here's his weak point. Find a way to go get it. And that's cool and all. And I did have fun with those bosses, like you remember doing those bosses, right?
Oh yeah.
So what did you think of the bosses?
The bosses were pretty cool. I have to say though, DJ Octavio was probably the best one.
Yeah, because he was kind of vague at first, like how to. First off, he doesn't even show up until the end, and I don't know. It's really cool how like they. Where's gonna go with this? I'm trying to get my thoughts together. They didn't show off like where to hit him or what to do, so you gotta find that shit out on your own, and. It was a pretty long, intense boss battle, and it's just with the music and the fact that he's a DJ and how he's got that kind of modern lingo, like he says things like "slimy little hipster" and "oh, I'm gonna dub stomp you into oblivion." Like he just says weird shit like that. But it's so great. Like of course it's corny and whatever, but it's awesome. It was really cool. It was really intense. All the shit that he throws at you. He throws enemies. He throws like the what's it called? The killer whale blast at you.
Yeah.
There's all this stuff that he throws at you, but it's really cool. So, yeah, awesome last boss. Is there anything else you wanted to say about the boss?
I found him pretty good, pretty challenging. I don't know if he would make it into my top 10 bosses, but yeah, I get, he's pretty much pretty high up there.
Yeah, he's awesome. So another thing that we're gonna mention besides, so that's single player. Single player is really cool, a little too short. DJ Octavio is awesome. The multiplayer now, which is the main thing, is something, and we're gonna try and keep this short. Like, I'm sorry if we go a little too long with it, but this is where the real talk begins. So with the multiplayer, what do you want to say first?
I didn't really actually play a whole lot of the multiplayer. It was fun. Well, mostly because my internet connection was kind of like, I don't know why, but on my Wii U, my internet connections were really bad. So sometimes it doesn't even want to play at some points. But when I was able to play multiplayer, it was pretty fun. So like the level cap, I think the level cap went up, right?
Oh yeah, so what we're going to do, let's talk about what we've experienced first, and then I'll mention what came in the update. That's one of the things I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So yeah, the level cap was originally 20 and went up to 50 now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, yeah, jeez. Yeah. Is there anything else we're going to add after that?
No, I guess that there's like a level cap before the update, it was up to 20, and then in order to get some stuff, you had to be like a level 4, which means you kind of have to play a bit of multiplayer to rank up to level 4 to, like, you know, customize your character a little bit, get some good stuff. The weapons in the game are pretty cool too. There's a lot of unique ones. A lot of them I saw was like this paint roller kind of weapon.
The splat roller, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I always. If you ever see me online and you ever find, I think I'm just under Mark. If you see level 19 Mark, at this point in time in this recording, I'm level 19. I don't know if I'm going to be doing much more multiplayer anytime soon. But if you see level 19 Mark, and I'm a girl squid kid, I use splat roller like a lot. The Kraken splat roller is really cool to use. The Kraken is really nice. Keep going though, sorry.
So yeah, there's a lot of weapons and stuff. Again, that's one I've always kind of seen a lot.
Was the roller?
Yeah, it was the roller. Especially when I was like... And then the cool thing about it is it doesn't really matter about your level as long as you know what you're kind of doing. You could be a level 4 and you could be kicking ass.
Yeah.
Or you could be a level 20 and really suck. And really kind of suck a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but it's fun. Oh my god, like one time, our team, the team I was playing with, they knew what they were doing. We almost got the whole map. Like, we had like 90% of the map conquered.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. One that happened to me once too. We're like, and it wasn't even. We were in like, I think we had like 1 or 2 level 20s, but like before the update. But then yeah, we kicked ass like a lot. There was one time I think it was maybe after the update where we like won 10 times in a row.
Oh
yeah. It was crazy. So that was all you're gonna say about that?
Oh yeah. Was it with the same team?
No. Those were different days. Where the one day we did so good that we almost got the whole map done with our color, and then some other separate day we with another team we got like 10 matches in a row won.
Yeah. Are there any other multiplayer type of games, or is that it?
No. There are, and with the update they included a little bit more. But again, I need to get into that just a bit. But first off, let me just mention. Sorry, I need to give a little shout out. I have this shirt. This was done fan made by Etika and RC Omni. So I got the shirt. It's awesome. Thank you guys for doing this in memory of Wada. So
and if you want that shirt, we'll have a link to their site.
If it's still going, and I'll make sure if it is, we'll probably link it if you want to get the shirt. It's awesome. It's worth it. For a good cause too. The money goes to, I think, cancer research and other stuff. So like child's play. So yeah. So anyway, the multiplayer online has the regular turf war. Let me adjust myself. The turf war main mode, which is the one where you just ink up your turf.
Oh yeah.
And that's the one that everyone likes to play. There's also ranked battle, which you have to be level 10 or above in order to participate in, which has they added a new one with the update, which is Rainmaker. I have not played that one actually. At the time of this recording, I have not played that one, so I still don't know a lot of what it's about and all that. But Rainmaker is one that was new. The 2 original ones were tower control where you have to take control of the tower, and it's like a mobile tower, so you have to, at least one person on your team has to be on it in order to get it to the other side, to the opponent's side of the map, and you have to get it into its little zone before. And even if like you get, it shows on the top the distance traveled for like your team and for their team, and if yours, even if you don't get it to their goal, like, and the time's counting down, if you have a further distance or like a lower number than they do, then you'll still win. So as long as you get as close as you can, and it's closer to their side than they get to your side, you'll still win.
Oh yeah.
And that's a pretty cool. That was I think that one was one we did. That I got like 10 wins on or something like that. It's really cool. It's a really cool mode. The other mode is Splat Zone, where there's 2 specific areas that are like highlighted that you have to take control of both of them at once. One on your side and one on the opponent's side.
Yeah, I think I've done that one.
And you have to keep it like that, inked up with mostly your ink for the allotted time.
That one was hard. A lot of people like,
It's
and
tough.
that's when I would probably use like the splat roller a lot.
Yes.
Because that one covers that is probably kind of OP. Because like it covers a lot of area really good.
It's not that OP though. I've seen people, since I use that one, that's like my main weapon. Like, trust me, I've met people online who really know how to get around the roller. But those were unsuspecting. Oh yeah, you'll steamroll them. Totally. So,
oh yeah.
I've seen people combat the fucking Kraken. They've been able to keep the Kraken back. So like, as you're going, because the Kraken's not OP either. It's actually not vulnerable per se, but you can keep it away from you. If you've got like a gun, just any kind of a gun, and you're going right straight at it, they won't be able to touch it. So,
oh yeah.
I'm like, fuck, come on! No, this is impossible! So, yeah, not every weapon, every sub-weapon, every special has its little thing, its little weakness, its little Achilles heel. But anyway,
yeah.
Then you got the goddamn snipers, and those little kids who think it's Call of Duty will fucking snipe you. It's hell! It's hell! I'm like, oh god. So that's the guy I try to take out first.
Yeah, no, I get to what you mean. Oh my god, Marcelo, you're learning about those things now.
So one time, which I already know how it is to like when people yell at other people online on Call of Duty, and thank God Splatoon does not have fucking mic, sound with this chat,
Oh yeah.
So, online chat. So, as I've told him stories about me yelling at my TV for being online, he's like, dude, you know what this means, right? I'm like, what? You're becoming one of those fucking... You're playing a shooter online, you're yelling at people. That's what, like, all the Call of Duty people do. I'm like, what have I become? But it's with a kid game. That makes it better. I don't know. Anyway.
Anything to tell yourself... Just to tell yourself, just to make you go to sleep at night.
It's a Nintendo game, it's fine. It's a Nintendo game.
I can just see him curled up in bed, it's like, it's okay, it's a Nintendo game, I'm cool.
Yeah. He's yelling in the middle of the night, fucking sniper! My mom's like, the fuck? I'm like, no, it's too bad.
Horror stories.
Nightmare, bad dream, PTSD. Anyway. That's my life in a nutshell. So, okay. So the pros and cons, again, the real talk is coming right now. So with all those modes, that's pretty cool. And with the big update that happened on August, I thought, well, let's see, how far should I, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So they have some cool modes. And with the update, there came some other more friend exclusive modes. So like whenever you get on and if ever I was on, and your internet was working well, we could play online. And there's some specific modes that they brought. There was only like one mode to play with friends before the update, and that was just like friends. With the update came like 2 other modes where you can like choose. I don't know much about them, but where you can choose specific things like the stage, the mode, and stuff like that. Now that's cool. Now here's where I kind of come in, and I wish there was more choice in this game. There's not a whole lot of choice. A lot of, like, almost everything is randomized. The color of your inkling before every match, where you go. Like, you get those updates from Callie Marine every time you boot the game up, and they tell you what modes are there for today before they change again. And that's like fine and all up to a point. Like, I really wish you could just choose your stages. Choose the one thing that I've been bitching about a whole lot, like on Facebook and all that, my personal Facebook, is the fucking, they need to have like a like a level cap range, like to where you can choose where you want to fight people. You want to play a match with some people that are like level 1 to 5, 6 to 10, and like go by 5s or something, up to 50, or I don't know, or go a little bit more general, like 1 to 10 and like 20 to 35, or choose where you want to, what range you want to fight people in. Because before the update, when the level cap was just 20, I was like level 13, and there was not a lot of variety in the people I would be paired up with. It would just be like all level 20s, and I'm the only like 13, for example, or one level 8, me level 12, and then like a level 19, and everyone else is level 20. Like it would a lot of the time it would be a lot of just level 20s. And again, how Wes said, being level 20 doesn't necessarily mean you're good. It's just that if you play match after match after match and you keep leveling up, as long as you level up within every match you do, you can still be like an okay to like average player, but be like a level 20, which at the time was the highest level cap. But a lot of people were pretty good as a level 20 back before the update, so I would get stuck with like a shit ton of people, and then whenever I'm sorry that I'm going full rant mode here, but like whenever I would be like level 10, and then like a dozen level 20s, my level 20s, the guys on my team that were level 20 would suck. And the other level 20s would be like, I remember one time, there was a team of level 20s that would not let us advance, even so much so to the point where they would be invading our shit, like right up to our little starting pad.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
They're just camping there?
Well, no, but they were just trying, no, they were trying to ink up everything, and they were moving around, but they were trying to make sure we did not leave our fucking gate.
Oh yeah, no, I get what you mean. That's a common thing in shooters. They'll ambush you at spawn points. Yeah. Especially if you're very familiar with where the enemy spawns.
Well, that's the thing.
You can do that.
In Splatoon, you always have that one, your little starting point.
Yeah, and modern shooter games, like despite Call of Duty and all that, how they kind of alleviate the problem is they spawn you at a random spawn point.
Yeah.
However, if you're very familiar where people are gonna spawn, you could still do that and just kind of just camp there.
Yeah.
And like take them out as they're spawning.
So,
which is kind of a bullshit tactic, but that's
of course.
That's a thing.
It's a cheap tactic.
It's a cheap tactic. It's a cheap shot, but that's what shooters kind of have. That's kind of just like the big problem with shooters in general, especially in multiplayer.
So one of the main things that I wish was that you could at least in the next big update, I hope that they have that as an option to choose the stages, because sometimes there's stages I don't care for, but again, with it being randomized, they choose that one stage like over and over and over, and until you've played it like 10 times in a row, and you're like, choose the next stage already, choose the other one, because it's randomized, but it tends to go for one and then keep going for that one, and then like they'll go for the next one like every 5 times or something. So I wish you had the option, since they're constantly adding dozens of new stages. We've got at least 10 plus stages at this point. I wish there was an option to choose where you wanted to go. Like in Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 did it so right for the online play. You had random people come on, yes, but
they all made they all made
you had your say in where you wanted to go, and then it would randomly choose. But there should be a choice for us there. Like, it feels a little devoid of like freedom because of that. With that, it extends more to just stages. It extends to the modes you play on ranked battle. Is that what? Wait, hold on. I don't think it. Wait, hold on. I might be getting a little confused. No, you can choose your modes in ranked battle. I'm sorry. No, can you? No, you can't. Can you? I'm fucking up right now. I'm not sure. But anyway, I don't think you can. I think they choose when they want. No, they choose. I believe they choose whatever of the 3 modes right now that they want to do. They'll just choose and be like, oh, today you're doing Splatoon. The next day you can be doing Tower Control. So I wish you could be able to do, like, choose specific things like that. Choose the level cap range, who you want to fight. So you're not forced to battle against people who are way fucking better than you, So, and unlike Smash Bros, I'm not really pissed. I mean, if I'm playing and I say stuff like that, then yeah, I'm pissed. Because I've done it before. I'm like, damn it, this is why you need to choose your fucking range. But here, I'm trying to be a little bit more accommodating, a little more lenient. But yeah, that's something you need to do, because there's like no freedom in this game when it comes to online. And online's the biggest selling point of it, so you can't choose your color, and that's just a more cosmetic choice. Like, I just wish you could choose your color, because I'd be going blue all the time. What else? So with that big August update, for those who may not know, and for those who might want to know, I thought it was going to fix those kinds of problems. That's where I was going to get at when I said I was getting a little too ahead of myself. This is what I meant. I thought that kind of stuff of getting more freedom to choose stuff would come into play. No, it's just more costumes, more weapons, more music, and more stages. And a couple more new modes, but everything's still random. And for those where you get to choose those specific things, it's only for friends. And one of my friends, I have not really played matches with them like at all. And even if it was just like the two of us, I mean, like what? Him and me one-on-one all the time with no other. That's one other thing, but I'm getting very into it myself. Just one-on-one, online, then be able to choose. Like, it's not. It doesn't work, in my opinion. Like, that's one thing. Is there anything you have to mention about that? You didn't get to experience the update yet, did you?
I haven't really played the...
Because they pushed, like, this is a big August update, so be prepared. I'm like, well, what are they going to do? It was just some new stuff. Which is cool, but, you know, I wish there was more freedom, so...
Alright, yeah, that sounds like some pretty big problems. Choice does matter. I think they should have that.
Yeah.
For, like, you know, kind of just more of the, like those kind of people, and then just all that. So now I think we've been on this for a while. So
overtime. Can I just mention that real quick? Overtime fucking sucks. Why would you implement overtime if you're not gonna do it right? Okay, so if they do overtime in Smash Bros, it's in the form of sudden death. It's when two people tie, and that makes sense. In Splatoon, sorry, I know we're gonna go to the next part right now, but this is the gameplay part of it is where my issues lie, because everything else, as you'll see, is actually really awesome. So, and the gameplay itself is fine, but these are the choices and such, all this other. Okay, so overtime in Splatoon occurs randomly. I don't know what makes overtime happen, but when it happens and you don't expect it, you're like, oh fuck, we still have a chance to win. One time I was doing tower control and we went to overtime. We were like 8 seconds away, like 8 not actual from the timer seconds, but 8 seconds from our little timer of, oh, you only have to get, or 8 feet or whatever, it might have been, not seconds, to get to the other side. We were like right there. They took over our tower, it went to overtime, and they won. It lasted that long to where they just and they made it to our side, and they won. And we were so close. I was like, what the fuck? This is completely flawed. So they don't choose, or there's not an actual specific thing of like how it happens. It happens at random intervals on random matches. So I don't know what triggers overtime. It likes to fluctuate in how long overtime lasts, because it can last a long time to where they overtake, you know, your shit, or it can last a couple seconds. Like literally, I've also witnessed some overtimes where it just lasted a couple seconds and like there was no reason for it. So overtime is weird. I don't get it. It needs to either have been implemented well or not at all. So yeah. If I can also mention one thing, and then I swear we'll move on. I swear we'll move on. The local multiplayer is fun to an extent, because yet again, no actual options for you. No freedom to choose what you want to do. It's, you pop balloons. You pop balloons. We played that one, didn't we?
I don't know if we did. I think we might have.
I think I played with Jeremiah, I know that for a fact. So maybe that's what it was. There's just one mode, it's balloon. There's just, your costumes that you can customize yourself in, that's gone, because they limit you to the standard arsenal of weapons before you get to unlock any more in the game. They give you your standard set, like when you start the game for the first time ever, and they just give you like some to choose from. That's your standard set, and weird random costumes are just mapped to that, and it's just the one mode. And again, they just choose no, you do get to choose your stage, but everything else is just random, and it gets a little bit boring. And there's no 4-on-4. If you can do 8-player Smash, Nintendo. If you can do 8-player Smash, why the fuck can't you do 8-player local multiplayer? There's no 4-on-4 in this.
Oh yeah, that kind of sounds like a big problem.
Yeah, because that's the premise. It's 4-on-4. You can play 8 players online. So why can't you do that locally? Because you can in Smash Bros. So that's a problem.
That sounds like a big problem. Now let's go to the soundtrack.
That's it. The music. This is awesome.
Oh yeah, it is pretty cool.
Shit. So like, the whole tone of this game. Let's just say. Think Mario Sunshine whatever meets Jet Set Radio meets fucking what else? The other awesome games like that. It's varied. It's very varied. So with the music specifically, it's got that kind of Jet Set Radio sound to it. Like there's some reggae tunes. The lobby waiting room music online is some little reggae tune. You got rock, screamo, or as people like to call it, squidmo, because they have their own made-up language. So when they sing or shout, they scream basically. They do it in their little squid language. So you got screamo of all things. You got rock, like alternative, like nice sounding rock. You have in the update some new music came, which is more techno, 8-bit sounding, which is really cool.
Oh yeah.
You got it's just so awesome. It's so varied. You got some like Japanese sounding tracks in there, like with the Octoling. When you first meet an Octoling, it's like and it sounds like really like Japanese style.
Oh yeah.
It's really cool. It's really cool. It's varied. It's awesome. So what do you have to say about the music?
The music was pretty cool from what I can remember. I haven't really played this game, and
you did beat the multi.
I did play the single player. I did enjoy that. So yeah, I would say the music is one of the stronger points of this game. It has some pretty good kick-ass music, and it's varied too.
Yeah.
So that's always very good.
That's like the shortest discussion here so far on an aspect. Next thing is, I believe it's characters.
Yeah, characters. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, snap. All right. Well, here we go. The characters. So your avatars are the Inklings. You can choose between a boy and a girl. And they're called Inklings, or I like to call them Squid Kids because of the commercial. You're a kid, you're a squid. Oh, jeez. Anyway, I use this in our advertising for this episode, but I love this. There's this comment I saw in a video from Splatoon if I want like the music or something. They're like, you're a child, you're a cephalopod. Did I do it right? I was like, that's awesome. So shout out to that guy. Used your little saying as our advertisement for this episode. But so you get to customize like the eye color, the skin tone. Again, not the hair color because that changes between battles.
Oh yeah.
And the clothes. Also, one other thing, not to go back to the gameplay because it's not really part of the gameplay. I mean necessarily, but how he even mentioned, you can only start to equip yourself and buy weapons and stuff online. You have to have been online and ranked up first in order for them to sell you shit, and then you have to earn your money, your coins and stuff, and your rankings all online. So not even through single player can you collect coins in order to pay for the stuff.
You do get some stuff from single player, but not a lot.
Well, single player has the little, what are they called, like squid eggs, squid orbs or whatever?
Yeah.
Those are to customize your stuff in the single player.
In the single player.
But outside of single player, those little orbs have nothing to do with anything. So, we're not even mentioned or shown outside of single player. But back to the characters. So you've got the Inklings, which are, your little squid kids. You've got Judd, who's that cat we were talking about, who's just like a lazy fat cat.
Who could be the last cat in existence.
Who could be the last cat ever. Who could be
God,
the only mammal left in that time.
Yeah, that could be lonely. He's just like...
just eating something.
I have a lot of fish to eat, though.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez. You have Callie Marine, which are the Squid Sisters, which are like these, they're like pop stars. And
aren't they also like news people as well?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, they do the news broadcast every time you boot the game up and you've got online. You've got internet connectivity. They also, in the single player, spoilers. They're Agents 1 and 2. Which, okay, so funny thing about that real quick is that I didn't catch on to that. And I was like, are they ever going to reveal the identity? Even during the Digi Octavia boss fight, which is where they finally say it, oh yeah, we were the Squid Sisters. They don't come out right and say it, but I was like, they're familiar. Their little portraits look familiar, and of course it's them. So it took me a while, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's them. So, yeah, they have, but yet they don't want everyone else to know, because, they're supposed to be agents, so they're like, oh, the Great Zapfish is back, which is, by the way, the one thing you have to, that's what powers up Egopolis, it's where the little city is that you're at. The Great Zapfish is what powers that. It's this ancient, big-ass, huge, catfish-looking electrical being. So they have to be like, oh, the Great Zapfish came back. That's weird. Like, they don't know anything. But yeah. So they're really cool though. During the Splat Fest, which are these one internet events which you can do online, where you have to choose between certain teams, whatever the theme is. You do that, and then like on that night of the Splatfest, like it's always nighttime, and you got like fireworks and stuff. Which a lot of the fireworks are Miiverse posts, because you can post Miiverse posts for the team that you're on, and they have like these trucks outside of the hub world, and they're like performing for you. So that's really cool. Like everyone's dancing and everything.
Oh yeah.
So it's really cool. It's really awesome, and you also have the vendors and the shops. There's Krusty Sean, who's like a lobster dude.
I never met Krusty Sean.
Crustacean. Dozens of puns. Callie Marine.
I think no. Well, who was that jellyfish?
Oh, Jalonzo.
Jalonzo.
I think is he German?
I think so. Like, I gave him a German accent when he came in. It's like, oh, you're not fresh enough. Come back when you're fresh.
Well, because the way they write the dialogue for them, it's really clear that they've got accents. So Krusty Sean is a dude. You got Jalonzo. You got Annie and Mo, which is supposed to be Anemone because she's got like an anemone on her head. That's her hair. And Mo's a little clownfish that lives in her hair, and he's like super rude, and she's all timid and shy and everything. Then you got Sheldon, who will not shut the fuck up every time you level up. He's like, oh, well that means, and I'm gonna do this voice for him. Oh, so that means, oh, you're fresh, you've leveled up, so we've got a bunch of new guns for you. They do this and this and this and this and this, and you can use splat bombs, and you can do this. Oh, you also have this weapon, which can, and he will not shut the fuck up. He's the only one that does have 4 of them or whatever, so like, yeah, that can get a little grating. But besides that, no, he's a cool dude though. He looks like a toad. It's like a nerdy toad with an actual body with legs and stuff. But besides that, yeah, he's Sheldon, so whatever. You also got Spike, which is this guy, and he's that shady dude in the corner. And he's really treated that way too. He's like the shady guy in the corner who's like, I think he's supposed to be British or something, or like Australian. And
he's supposed to have like that. No, if anything, he's supposed to have like that Cockney accent, maybe.
Probably. So he's really just there to be like, oh, because in those Splatfests you can get, or you can win, if your team wins, you get what are called slimy sea snails. So you can give those to him, and he will make new little slots for like your costumes. Because every article of clothing you buy has these little slots for like agility upgrade. So every time you upgrade stuff, you have your main bar from online that upgrades, but then you also have some little upgrade dealios from what you're wearing and stuff. And you can, if the slots vary for every article of clothing that you buy and you get and stuff. So you can add more slots to get more upgrades. That's kind of neat. I don't really mess around with that because it's just side stuff to me, but it's pretty cool to have though. He also you can point out a person that you see from like, it's just random people that are online that are in your little hub world. You can't really interact with them in terms of like you with whatever person that Inkling belongs to, but you can check out if they have a Miiverse post, you can check out their post. You can check out what they're wearing and stuff, and if you see what they're wearing, you can actually order what they're wearing, and Spike will be the one that'll like, in his shady little way, he'll find it for you. And he'll like give a ridiculous price for it. Basically, it's like, you want to buy this? It's basically what it is. Again, he's that shady guy. I can't believe Nintendo got away with that. But it's great. It works in the game's favor because it's just that's how out there they go.
Like I kind of implied like, oh yeah, you want that? Okay.
That's exactly like what he's supposed to be, really.
He like murdered the person for his vote. It's like, hey, I got the code for you.
Okay, not that, but
I can see
if this were rated T or M game, that's exactly what he'd do. So
it's like, hey, I got the code for you.
Yeah, tons of characters, basically. Huh?
$200.
$1,000, what you said?
No, I said 200. Sure.
Oh,
It's like, okay, sure. $200.
Oh no, he racks us up to like 10,000 coins or some shit.
Oh damn.
He drives a hard bargain. So yeah, while it would normally be like 2,000 less or something, or 3,000 less in the shop if you ever see it. And again, the stuff you buy in the shop's randomized as well. If you don't have it, it's just there. You can buy it, but randomized things. So all in a nutshell, this game is really good. But there are things like that with the whole you don't have much freedom online, and
that
local multiplayer is a little bland.
So yeah, that stuff kind of really brings the game down.
Nintendo work on that stuff.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get updates to improve on those things.
In your next big update, please do that.
So with that being said,
verdicts.
Final verdicts.
Yeah, you're gonna think I'm kind of crazy, but I would say it's probably a 3.5 out of 5 because it's an awesome game. And this was a hard choice for me. I didn't know whether to go 4 out of 5 or 3.5, but I'm not gonna be I'm gonna be more lenient. I mean, I've tried already to be lenient. I didn't explode on the stuff I didn't like. But those issues are there, and they're grating, at least for someone like me. And I hope at least some of you kind of agree that at least you need more freedom. You don't have to get as mad or as like with it as I've been, but at least if we can agree that some of that stuff and that freedom needs to be there, then we're on the right track. Success, people. So I have to give it a 3.5. But it's a good game. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, it's a fun game. The single player is really fun despite it being short, and the multiplayer, even though I haven't had much experience with it, is alright. It needs some work though, I will admit. So that's why I'm also going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. So
if they happen to update, and if we're doing like our Arc 4 update or a future update, and if they do that kind of stuff, and I'll be sure to report on that, I'll probably bump my score up, like definitely.
Oh yeah.
Maybe even one whole thing, not even a 0.5, maybe do a 4.5. I'm not sure yet. But right now it's not a perfect game, so it does not deserve a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, it doesn't really, at this moment, because of those issues, even deserve a 4. But it was a tough decision. Like, I wanted to give it a 4. But all in all, we've been talking for a long ass time. This is probably like a 30-minute video. Basically, it's a good game. Has a lot of room for improvement, but it's good. It's a good game. So.
All right. So with that,
I'm Marcelo.
And I'm Wes.
And this was our. And this Marcel, Mark, Ello. So this was Trash Talk Extra.
Yeah.
Iwata, we miss you.